guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you guys a very colorful makeup tutorial. Can you see the look of my eyes? It's very colorful. We're cutting the crease, we're doing a ton of blending, and we're playing with the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I'm actually headed off to the event tonight and I wanted to get really ready for it, but I also wanted to do like a bomb look using the tutorial. So I figured today would be the perfect time to whip this out and create this look right here. So for once, I was not gravitated to the neutrals. Like normally this is like my shades right here, but I really was so inspired with the colors and I was kind of stumped on what to do. Part of me wanted to go with a very like galaxy look, and the part wanted to do a cut crease. Kind of wanted to do a little bit of everything, so I was searching on YouTube just videos for inspiration, and I came across this girl named Taylor Graham. She is honestly such a talented makeup artist. I've never heard of her. I watched her entire tutorial. She did this makeup with her daughter on her lap. I was so impressed. But she has some amazing makeup looks and she has an amazing Instagram account, which you guys all should definitely go follow. As soon as I found her, I DM'd her and I was like, yo, I came across you. You were super talented and amazing and I'm recreating your look. So shout out to her for the inspiration today. I'm doing a recreation of her look, even though hers is like 10 times better because she goes in on the blending and she has all this lid space. I did what works for my eye, but I'm so happy with the way it came out. I think it's so beautiful. I would have never thought to pair the blue in the inner corner, the blue in the waterline, and just all the colors that I did to get this look. So if you guys are excited for this tutorial, please continue watching. A heads up before we start, this is gonna be an eye focus tutorial, so we're focusing mainly on the eyes. I will not be doing my face on camera. I know when I do that, but I really wanted to just on the eyes. If you guys are excited for this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up before we start. Subscribe if you are not. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Hello, I already got started on the makeup look. So I already filled in my brows and I added my base right now. So on my brows today, I have Benefit BrowZings. I've been kind of using powder lately. I'm loving like a softer brow look. Even though my brows don't look soft, like they're pretty intense, I do feel powder sometimes looks good, but sometimes like gel. It's whatever I'm in the mood for. So afterwards, I use my TooFaced Born This Way concealer to cut my brow, and then my Louise shadow base in 01, Rumor 01. It's a little lighter than 02, but I did this one today because I was lazy to go find number 2. So that's what I have on my eyes, and I just blended it all out with this. Like I realized, I was like, oh, I did not record this. But anyways, based on the eyes, and now we're gonna move into my shadows. So on my eyes today, I'm gonna be using the Mercury Retrograde palette from Huda Beauty. And I wanna show you guys a close-up of this palette because I think it's just so beautiful. I really love the color story on this palette. I love that you still have your gold and neutral shades, but then you have your lavenders and mauves and your peaches and blues. And what I love about this palette too is that even though you get a blend of everything, it's a good blend of everything. You're getting a really, really nice color payoff. All the metallics have a really unique finish to them. It's not like a typical palette that you normally would see where it's like, oh, there's like a random blue and a purple. It's like, no, these are like, it's a purple with glitter and a little bit of an iridescent underneath. And then the blue has a little bit of purple in there as well. Like each of them have a unique undertone, which I think makes it so unique and so pretty. So the first shade I'm gonna go in with is Hot Mess. And this is a deep burgundy matte shade that I'm gonna take starting in my crease and then connecting it all the way to the inner corner of my eye. And it's important because the shade is pretty dark to start off with just a little bit, build it up and then blend versus starting out with a lot, trying to blend that out, and then it's a mess. You know what I mean? I want you guys to know that starting off with a dark shade is so hard for me because I'm so used to adding a little bit of a brown transition or another color in the back first as my guide and then slowly build into the dark shades. But today's real challenge, we're gonna do this, guys. We're gonna do this. So I went ahead and cleaned off this brush and I'm now gonna go back in and just slightly start to blend out the color. Grab more of that shade, same color Hot Mess, and I'm just trying to like build and go all out with it. I'm gonna go and repeat the same steps now on this eye. Let's see if I can get it the same. And I'm also gonna start connecting it. So this is a Morphe 506 brush that I feel everybody needs in their life. It is so, so good. It's a small detail blending brush. I think I've had this one for maybe like 3 years now, but every time I use it in a video, I get so many comments about it and I just think it's such a great brush. Like it's a blending brush, but it is slightly tapered and frayed a little bit. So it's almost like perfectly adjusted for you. I'm now gonna go in with the bigger brush, same color, and I'm just going to blend out a little more. So next I'm tapping into Utopia, which is a matte peach shade. And this one I'm pretty much just gonna hit over Hot Mess. It's kind of just going over the shade, but also like mainly focusing this on the outer part of the eye. I'm gonna grab this brush that I have from Melt Cosmetics and I'm gonna go into this part of the eye with it. I feel like this brush is pretty good for this area. It's like blending, but it's a little flat too. It's not too fluffy. So you're able to kind of like blend and press. And now I'm gonna go back in with hot mess and then build it again and just kind of work now the colors together. I'm gonna go with a slightly bigger brush for Morphe. This is the M501. It's actually the Hermana to the 506, you see? Big sister and little sister. But we're gonna take that and I'm gonna grab more of the shade Utopia and again, just slightly run over everything. Sitting pretty far out today. So next we're gonna tap into the shade Vortex. It's a really nice matte eggplant shade. It's gonna sit perfectly into the crease. And then I'm now gonna go in and start adding it into the other shades. All right, so there we have it on the shadows. And before I start cutting the crease, I wanna point out something to you guys. So do you see right there how I have like patches of color that don't really stick on? This is actually an issue I've been having as I get older. I'm getting older, so things start to kind of fall a little bit. So I noticed that, you see how now there's like that crease right there? That used to never be there, okay? And now what's going on is that the colors don't stick because I crease. It's pretty much that fold of skin is kicking off the product, not allowing it to go in there. Just want to point that out really quickly. This does happen quite often when I wear matte shades or blend multiple things. It does do that, so just want to point that out to you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my P. Louise base onto my eyelid. And now I'm gonna go in with the world's best brush to cut your crease with. This is from P. Louise as well. I believe this is the one that she created with Mitchell. If you look at the side, it's like literally so perfect, so snatched, and I love that you can just really define out that lid. So as you guys can see, the base is on my lid, and I'm now taking in that brush and slightly moving it to the inner corner of my eye and going in slow motions, tapping it up and cutting it. You don't really have to drag the brush. If you do, you won't be able to get the precise line you want unless you got the perfect lid. But in my case, I have to kind of fake my lid. I have to make it a little bigger than it really is. So for that reason, I take my time by pressing and working my way up, rounding at my eye and then extending it to the crease. And then in between, as I cut, I also press on the lid. So I'm like packing it on, moving it around, just kind of working with what I have on my eyelid without having to add any more product. I'm gonna tap really quickly into two matte shades that were in the crease to begin with, which is Hot Mess and Voltrex. And I'm pretty much just going to tap over this area so that they are nicely blended. Some people like to do this after you do the lid, but I kind of just want to add it now. There we go for the cut. I'm now going to go ahead and apply the metallic shade on the lid. So I'm going to go in with these two shades, Ultraviolet and Nebula. So I'm going to go in first with Ultraviolet, and I'm going to be just kind of pressing that onto the lid area. I'm just going to press it on my eyelid. And then from there, I'm just going to go ahead and lightly work my way up. Not all the way to the top just yet, but just working it up, pressing it in there. I'm gonna pack the particles onto the base. That is literally so pretty. It's stellar. And now with my MAC 228, it's like the babyest brush that I had. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with Ultraviolet and pressing it as close as I can to the crease. I wanna make sure that my line is nice and sharp. That looks so pretty. And then now I'm gonna go in with the shade Nebula, which is a little bit more of like a pressed glitter shadow. And I'm gonna use my finger for this and just press this over my lid. Oh my God, this is so pretty. I'm gonna take Nebula now, and I'm gonna go in with the brush, and again, go as close as I can to where the crease is at. I'm actually gonna spray this down with a little bit of my setting spray. And again, just go as close as I can. Oh my God, this shade is everything. So before I move on to this side of my eye, I'm gonna go in with one last glitter product, and that is the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter in the shade AC/DC. And pretty much this is gonna seal the deal, if you know what I mean. I don't want this to transfer up there, and I don't want this to transfer down here. So I kind of need to put it there to block it from moving and also just intensify the glitter. So I'm gonna drag this along where the line is at, and as you're gonna see, it's just going to overall just like hold it down, set it, it's not gonna move. This is almost like between a silver and a purple. Kind of looks like a nebula with a little bit more silver, but it's perfect for this because we're not really using too much of it. We're just literally dragging a little bit of it on. All right, so then we have it on the eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of setting spray, just kind of set them. Ooh, it looks so good. So I'm gonna go in now with my makeup wipe and do some cleaning up. I'm just gonna grab this one from Neutrogena. Let me clean up on the sides. And I try my best not to make like a straight line. I'll do just kind of like a line, but not a straight line, or 2 up or 2 down. I feel like I like to let my concealer decide that for me once the concealer goes on. But right now it's just simply to clean this up underneath and get rid of any of the fallout. As I mentioned to you guys many times, I'm a pretty messy worker. I do that because sometimes I like to create like a bigger illusion in my eye versus just like staying in the zone. You know, you gotta work out of your comfort zone. When you do that, you're able to explore different techniques for your eyes, you know, whether you want it more rounded, more pulled out, you know, a little bit more of this moment. It's really all in that. So for that reason, I like to extend like the primer and everything all the way out and then clean it up. So I'm gonna go in now with the Urban Decay Glide On Pencil in the shade Rockstar. And I'm simply just gonna use this right here. Like, you could technically skip this part if you really wanted to, but I just like adding a little bit of darkness onto my lash line. And then from there, I'm gonna grab onto the shade Vulture. Why I keep saying Vortex? I can't say that word, Vortex. And I'm just going to press over. You know, it does just like a little something, something, nothing too crazy, but I probably won't even put this in here. But if I do, it's pointless, but yeah, there's a little bit of something. All right, so next I'm moving into my lashes. And for my mascara today, I'm gonna go in with the TooFaced Damn Girl. And then for my lashes, I'm gonna be going in with Lilly lashes in the style Barcelona. This is a Sephora collection lash that I just discovered today. And I'm a little obsessed. I've never seen this lash before and I love it. Alright guys, so there we have it on the eyes. They look so good. I went ahead and really adjusted the lashes to make sure that there's no gaps in between. I have a really bad habit of putting them on, looking directly in the mirror and them looking good, and then later on when I take photos I can see the gaps. It's a hot mess. I'm like, no one's telling me. It's because when you put lashes on, you really have to make sure you adjust them and like fix them in there and wiggle them around and whatnot. Next up, I am gonna go ahead and do my base. But as I told you guys in the beginning of the video, today is an eye focus video. I know. You guys hate when I do that. I know a lot of you guys don't like when I just do the eyes, but I really wanna make sure that we focus on the eyes. We go in on this area, and that way we can just focus here. But if you guys want to know how to do my base, you can watch any other of my videos. I always do my foundation and contour and everything. So I'll be back in literally less than 5 seconds. Sebastian, poof me back in. And we're back. So as you guys can see, I'm currently in the baking process. I did my foundation, concealer, bronzer, pretty much everything off camera, except remove the powder off underneath my eyes. So I leave this on in case there is any kind of fallout. It's gonna fall into the powder and it'll be easier to dust away. So moving back into the palette. So I'm gonna tap back into Hot Mess and Vortex and apply this underneath of the eyes. Really gonna go in on it, smoke it the F out. So I'm gonna start off with Hot Mess. So now I'm gonna go in with this buffing brush from e.l.f. to smoke out my lash line. So I'm pretty much going over the shadow I first applied on. And I'm just gonna go ahead and buff it out, tap it, and you can see it's kind of like working into the shade right here. And I buff it out, but I also like to just like tap and buff. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Utopia. It's like that peach shade. And I'm gonna go right over Hot Mess. And then now going back in with Hot Mess and just tapping over it again. So honestly, when it comes to like the under eyes, it's really about building. Yes, it's blend, but it's really building. So like add a little bit, blend out. Add a little bit more, blend out. It's like a lot of back and forth to really get it down to exactly how you want it. So I'm gonna go back in with that flat defining brush that I first used and go as close as I can to my lash line. So I want this to go on a little bit more like a liquid, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray a little bit of my Urban Setting Spray. I'm gonna go as close as I can to the lash line. I'm now gonna be applying on some eyeliner, and I'm gonna be using this neon eyeliner from LA Girl in the shade Fresh. It's like a really pretty teal eyeliner. I'm gonna go back in with my Louise base and start adding this into the inner corner of my eye. For once, I'm not doing like a regular pop of highlight in there. I'm gonna be adding blue. I'm so excited, but kind of nervous about this one. All right, so I'm gonna add the blue on here first just to kind of see how it would look, and I'm slowly building my way up. I don't think it could go as intense as she did because she did that area last, but like also didn't have powder on. Since I have powder on, I don't think it's gonna grab the way I want it to. So I'm just gonna do the way that works for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the shade Haze and apply that to the inner corner of my eye. Like literally just a little bit. Now I'm gonna go back in with the eyeliner. I'm gonna go right over everything. And then next I'm gonna go in with Superhero and add that to the inner corner of the eye. Pretty much I'm just like topping Haze and Superhero together. So now I'm gonna go in with my Urban Decay Eyeliner setting spray and set everything down. Next, I'm just gonna go ahead and top off my skin with some highlight, and I'm using today the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette. And I'm gonna be mixing these two shades right here, which is strobe, oh, they're all strobe. Strobe white, strobe gold. So I'm just gonna tap into both. I'm simply just going to add a very little on. I don't want it too much because I have not a lot going on my face, obvio. On my eyes, I mean. And I just want to add a little bit to get like a little bit of a highlight. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and add some to my index finger and add this to the tip of my nose. So because I didn't give you guys the face portion of the makeup, I'm gonna give you guys the lip portion because it's easier, it's already here. So these are the two colors I'm gonna be using in today's look. And the first one is the Morphe Sweet Tea Lip Pencil. This is currently my go-to favorite lip pencil. It works good with my peachy nudes, brown nudes, nude nudes, browns. Works really great on every skin tone. I think it's just a perfect lip liner to have in your bag, very essential. And the lip color today I'm gonna be using is the new Laura Lee Cosmetic Liquid Lipstick in the shade Cabaña. Gorgeous shade, it's like a peachy nude. And this is one that I feel will look so different on everyone, but it is that perfect peach nude that's gonna go good on any skin tone. Okie dokie. All right, we are all done. I'm gonna just do a couple more rounds of my setting spray. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let that sit, get changed real quick, and come back to show you guys the final look. All right, guys, so that is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup. I went ahead and paired this with the black top, and I'm really obsessed with this entire look. I think it came out so good, and I love how everything just went on. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the look. If you love it, would you wear it? I feel like it's a pretty wearable, colorful look. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.